All right, Shalom. I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakat Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm back with another quick lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakat Quadash. Great Millstone's favorite topic. And I wanted to build up to the point of what will you do, speaking to you scoffers and you non-believers, what will you do when this prophecy finally comes to pass? The future of payment, right? This article is from nature.com. This came out October 2024. It says United States sets the pace for implantable brain-computer interfaces. As development of the technology accelerates, countries are weighing the cost and benefits of how they regulate it, right? So like I said, as the development of the technology accelerates, right? Daniel 12:4 says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." All right, so again, that acceleration of technology equates the end of Esau's world, the end of this time. Okay, we're at the peak of his blessing, the AI, okay, this this chip, okay, everything that we see that's going on right now, the warfare, the increase of technology. This is the time of the end, right? There you go. Those lying wonders, those miracles, right? A patient implanted with electrode arrays trains with the researcher to use his thoughts to control movements on a computer screen. There you go. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. All right, so I want to read these two paragraphs here, which is the point. All right, let's make it bigger. All right, so it says, for 7 years, British neuroscientist Luke Bashford trained as a postdoc in the United States working on brain-computer interfaces, BCIs, systems that directly link brain activity to external devices. By recording and decoding electrical signals from the brain to generate computer commands, BCIs allow people with limited movement to use their thoughts to control technologies such as smartphones, computers, wheelchairs, and robotic arms. Again, those lying wonders and miracles, Unlike non-invasive BCIs, excuse me, unlike non-invasive BCIs, wearable devices such as caps or headbands that attach electrodes to the outside of the head, the implantable BCIs that Bashford works on require surgery to place the electrodes on or inside the brain to access more reliable and information-rich signals. See, it's all about the brain, the mind. Okay? A lot of academic research and most commercial investment is focused on implantable BCIs because their potential to provide high-performance assistive interfaces is stronger than their non-invasive counterparts. By implanting electrodes directly in the brain, right? By implanting electrodes directly in the brain comes with obvious risk. So implantable BCI trials are tightly controlled by regulators. The most advanced implantable BCIs in development remain in early stage clinical trials, and no such system has been approved for clinical use anywhere in the world, right? And the rest reads on, all right? But I want to get the spirit going with this. Again, this is Psalm 21. In verse 11, it says, "For they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device which they are not able to perform." All right, so part of that mischievous device is these technocrats, all right, these modern day Chaldeans. Okay, they want to rule the world, all right, via this technology, all right, a digital imprisonment with this chip. This is from the Financial Times. It says Sam Altman challenges Elon Musk with plans for Neuralink rival. All right, so all of these tech companies are behind rolling out the chip. OpenAI in talks to invest in brain implant startup that will compete with Musk company. See that? In your face. All right, so again, let's read that again. Psalms 21:11. For the intended evil against thee, they imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform. All right, so like I said, we're at the peak of Esau's blessing, right? And they think that they're going to be able to pull this off, where they're going to chip up the whole world and rule over them. It's not going to happen that way. Therefore shalt thou make them turn their back, when thou shalt make ready thine arrows upon the strings, thy strings against the face of them. Because again, at this peak of his technology or whatnot, okay, nuclear war, the end of Babylon is right there. See? This is Psalm 140:7. O power, the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the strength of my salvation. Thou hast covered my head in the day of battle, right? Grant not, O Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the desires of the wicked. Further not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves. Salah. So again, it's all about these devils playing God, man. Okay? And this AI being the pretty much the idol, man. The ruling entity over society. All right, this is a good video. I had brought this out in a previous lesson. Sam Altman's dystopian vision to replace God, to replace God with AI. Okay, again, that's the wicked device. Further not grant not the desires of the wicked. Further not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves. All right, they're trying to exalt themselves as the Most High through this left hand technology. Right? So check this video out if you haven't seen it. Right? But anyway, moving on. All right. I wanted to make some points from this article as well, because this came out a couple of days ago, November 17th, 2025. This is from ZMEScience.com. It says scientists test tiny injectable brain chips that could treat brain disorders without invasive surgery. All right, as we were just reading about from the previous article. An arm injection may soon replace brain surgery thanks to self-implanting chips, right? Arm injection may soon replace brain surgery thanks to self-implanting chips. Man. And we'll play this video down here. I want to just read a little bit first, right? So it says, imagine treating a brain disease with a jab in the arm instead of a hole in the skull. That's the future of a team at MIT sketching out with a technology they call circulartronics. It's a mashup of tiny microscopic electronics in the body's own immune cells that can slip through the bloodstream, cross into the brain, and self-install at sites of disease. Right? This is crazy. Once there, these tiny devices wait for a beam of invisible light outside of the body for instructions. The implants stimulate tiny regions of the brain, sometimes just a few dozen microns across. All right? Hey, understand that this devil's heart is deep, right? Let me get that, right? Sneaking a chip into the brain. Come on, man. Psalm 64:5, they encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both their inward thought every one of them, the heart is deep, man. The mindset of this devil is extremely deep, man. All right, and this man's blessing is far out. Right, check this out. Sneaking a chip into the brain, electronics that have a small problem, though the immune system. Free-floating foreign objects in the blood tend to be gobbled up by white blood cells or filtered out by organs like the spleen and liver. They also have to cross the blood-brain barrier, the brain's famously picky border control that keeps out most drugs, pathogens, and particles. Sarkar's group solved that by turning those white blood cells into accomplices. You see that? This shows you the power of this man's blessing, man. How he's able to override what the Lord created to protect you. You know, this is all part of that blessing. His heart is deep. Okay, let's play a little bit of this and get more into the point, right? So electronics. So electronics is what it's called.
3 billion people around the world suffer from different neurological diseases and mental illnesses. And drugs are mostly ineffective or have side effects. Though electrical stimulation of neurons is known to be a very promising modality, existing technologies are highly invasive. They require creating a hole in the skull and putting a centimeter scale probe in. That is associated with risks of infection, morbidity, and mortality. And because of the surgery-related invasiveness and $100,000 of brain surgery, those technologies are only limited to less than 1% of the patients. So people worldwide suffering from these devastating neurological conditions have impossible choices, either to go through this invasive brain surgery or live with these debilitating symptoms which drugs cannot fix. To overcome these challenges, we have built tiny electronic chips that can travel through the body fluids to autonomously implant in target brain regions and treat diseases which are even resistant to drugs. These electronics seamlessly integrate into the brain, forming unique brain-computer symbiosis and completely eliminate the need for surgery. To achieve this, we developed nanoelectronics at wafer scale and then lifted them off the substrate to create free-floating, subcellular-sized wireless electronic chips with record power conversion efficiency. Then we have attached these electronic chips with living biological cells to create unique cell electronics hybrids, which fuses a...
Like we said, understand that this is this man's blessing, man. The heart is deep. All right, the ability that he has to do on that left-hand side, you know.
Versatility of electronics with the biological prowess of living cells. These hybrids can be placed inside the body with a simple injection in the arms. And they can travel seamlessly through the body fluids without being attacked by the immune system. These hybrids enable the first demonstration of electronics which can even cross the intact blood-brain barrier and autonomously recognize a target disease region in the brain and self-implant there. These electronics provide precise electrical stimulation of the brain, enabling surgery-free brain-computer symbiosis.
Yeah, you can watch the rest of that. All right, but he'll have full access over your mind. He'll be able to control your brain. All right, this is not a joke. Okay? This is the book of Isaiah 42:9. And it reads, Isaiah 42:9, Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. So before these things come to pass, you know, they're being told unto you. All right, so going into my main point again, what will you do, okay, when this prophecy finally comes to pass? All right, I saw this video online. It's a AI generated video, but it was pretty good. All right, and I wanted to use it to edify, man, because what are you going to do when they mandate that in order for you to buy and sell and function through society, you got to have the MOTB, right? Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So this thing is getting ready to hit the whole world. All right, all countries are on board with the CBDCs, man. Okay, with the AI and the pushing of this MOTB system. Okay, that ties into the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Okay, so you don't believe, right? You can't see it. You don't agree. So what are you going to do when it happens? You know, Luke 21, and we're starting at 30. Luke 21 and 30. It says, when they now shoot forth, ye see and know of your own selves that the summer is now nigh at hand. So likewise, ye, when ye see these things come to pass, know ye that the kingdom of Yahweh Shai is nigh at hand. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass away till all be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with sophiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. For as a snare, it shall come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth, right? Going into the return of Yahweh Shai in the destruction. But it's going to be the same thing with this device, with this MOTB. As the snare is going to come upon all them that dwell on the face of the earth. Verse 36, watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. All right? So again, let's make the point here. Okay, because when this chip is pushed, all right, it could be it could be from a cyber attack. The economy is pretty much crashed. A blackout, whatever the case is, and then when they get things back running, so to speak, they could, push that, they could push the system. So again, what are you going to do? Let's play the video, all right?
All public benefit systems will now require national biometric ID enrollment. Benefits will be restored upon chip implantation.
They're making us choose. Mama, is this all we got?
Yeah, I want to make a point on that, right? Like she said, this is it. They really cut us off, right? Revelation 13 and 15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, right? The image of the beast going into the Roman standard of government and economy, and also the technology, okay? That ancient Roman system, which is now have been modernized, as we see today, this technocracy, okay? As we're seeing in the video. And had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and is speaking through America. That's why we read earlier that United States sets the pace for implantable brain-computer interfaces, right? Everything is coming out of America, all right? We saw this. Sam Altman challenges Elon Musk with plans for Neuralink rival, all right? This is where this image is speaking, man. Okay, this new Rome that we're in the midst of, all right? It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So again, those that don't comply with the system, okay, the new way of living, you're going to be cut off. Okay? And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right? That's the charagma. That's the MOTB. And that no man might buy or sell. Right? Again, as we saw. Right? They cut us off. Right? We'll play it back. Okay? And that no man might buy or sell save he that hath the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. All right, the man of sin, the Edomite, and his number is 636 chi psi stigma. All right, which he's going to use this very system to bring forth his digital oppression. All right, through this AI infrastructure, which is his true agenda. Okay, so you don't believe. Again, what are you going to do when this prophecy comes to pass?
All public benefit systems will now require national biometric ID enrollment. Benefits will be restored upon chip implantation.
They're making us choose.
Power grid outages are continuing across the officials urge residents to remain.
That's it. They really cut us off.
Mama, is this all we got?
To continue receiving nutritional credits, citizens must verify identity via implantable bio-ID. Please remain calm and follow the directions of registration officials.
Can you run it again? Did yours go through? All the cards are down?
Hold still. No chip, no eggs.
But I just...
Move along, ma'am.
Come on, baby. Mama? Is this all we got?
Hold out your wrist. Next, hold out your wrist.
I don't want it.
Then you won't eat. They said it'd come. We just didn't know it'd be like this.
Mark of the Beast system has arrived.
Digital ID. For the right to work.
The digital identity is not just a passport that you will have on your iPhone in a digital form. It entails just about everything the government would like to know about you.
We're developing, through technology, an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform? So, individual carbon footprint tracker.
Revelation 13:6. Yeah, that's the digital oppression. He gonna know everything. Right? Everything. Okay?
What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform? So, individual carbon footprint tracker.
Revelation 13:16-17. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Amen. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, and verse 33. And with this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. Shalom.